What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm Jazz and I have a fantastic video for you all today. So I've compiled a list of the top exotic and high-end sports cars that you can get behind the wheel of for less than $40,000. Alright, let's jump right into it. Number 1. 2008 Aston Martin Vantage. This British hand-built sports car began production in 2005 to current day, with an initial price tag of $110,000 without options, or the equivalent of $164,000 today. The first Vantages were offered with a V8 engine making 380 horsepower, and in 2009 a V12 was introduced with 517 horsepower. It was designed as a competitor to the 911 and the like of high-end sports cars. It went on to become Aston Martin's most successful model to date. Considering this car's mix of refinement and power, it's an absolute steal, with examples going for as low as $32,000 on AutoTrader. Number 2. 2006 Mercedes-Benz SL65. This is definitely not your average Mercedes-Benz. Production began in 2004 to 2018. It had a base MSRP of $179,000 in 2005. It was powered by a V12 bi-turbo engine that made 604 horsepower. And although Mercedes listed the 0 to 60 time as 4.2 seconds, car and driver were actually able to achieve a 0 to 60 time of only 3.6 seconds, which is mind-blowingly fast for a luxury coupe back in 2005, and is even considered a very respectable time for today's cars. You can own one of these stylish machines for as low as $29,000. Number 3. 2007 Lotus Elise. Production years began in 1996 through 2021. Although 2011 was the last year the lease was offered for street legal sale in the US. All models came with a 4-cylinder power plant, with the very first generation only weighing about 1,500 pounds. So in spite of its modest power, it still made for a relatively quick and nimble sports car that offered a go-kart type experience. With unique styling that stands out from other cars on the road, you can pick one up for as low as $35,000. Number 4. The 2000 Plymouth Prowler. Production began in 1997 to 2000, but sold as the Chrysler Prowler for years 2001 through 2002. In 2002, they went for around $44,000, which is equivalent to $74,000 today. It initially came with a 214 horsepower 3.5 V6. But in 1999 was replaced with a more robust aluminum block making 253 horsepower. It was rear-wheel drive with the transmission located at the rear of the vehicle and engine in the front to achieve the very coveted 50-50 front-to-rear weight distribution. Although it is debatable as to whether the Prowler is a true exotic, it does offer many of the characteristics of one at a much lower price point. This car is certain to turn heads wherever it goes, and with only 11,702 units ever made, sightings of this car are few and far between. And with prices as low as $20,000, you'd be hard-pressed to find another car with the same offerings and price. Number 5. The 2006 Bentley GT. Production began in 2003 to current day. It was the first car released by Bentley under the automotive group Volkswagen AG, after the company's acquisition in 1998. They were available with a V8 twin-turbo and V12 twin-turbo power plant. Horsepower ranged from 552 to 650, with prices as low as $24,000 on AutoTrader. This makes the Bentley GT one of the cheapest exotic cars that money can buy to date. Number 6. The 1994 Dodge Viper. Production began in 1992 to 2017. Initial MSRP was around $52,000, which is about $111,000 today. The concept car initially appeared at the North American International Auto Show in 1989 with a very enthusiastic public response. The Viper's power plant of choice was a V10 with horsepower ranging between 400 all the way up to 645, with at least 75% of its parts being produced in the United States. The Dodge Viper is an iconic American muscle car. You can get behind the wheel of one for as low as $34,000. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that countdown. Thank you so much for being here. This is actually my very first video, so I don't know about a lot of you all, but I have been absolutely car obsessed ever since I've been a kid. So that's primarily what this channel is going to focus in on, is just exotic cars and very high-end sports cars, and also some little tips and ways that can make it a bit easier for you to get behind the wheel of one in the future. But definitely let me know how you think I did in this video. If you all have any requests for future countdowns or videos to cover cars in the future, let me know in the comments. But otherwise, you all take it easy, and I will see you next time.